Hey everybody, welcome to the Picks and Parlays Power Hour. I am your host, Detroit Lenny. Today, I'm going to be going over all kinds of stuff for you guys today. I got Jesse the Iceman straight off of Picks and Parlays, handicappers leaderboards, and I got Cam Ross coming in on the handicapping leaderboards coming in. Cam Ross is going to talk about Boise State and Oregon State and give you a two-team college football parlay. And Jesse's going to go over some EPL action for you, a little soccer action for you guys. And we're going to talk about Notre Dame, Ohio State. Big matchup of the weekend. College football is obviously back. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's the deal for today. So stay tuned. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and check out our sponsors here. We got a doozy here for you. The sponsorship has changed, folks, and I'm going to bring Jesse in just so I can bring this graphic up. Jesse, my man, first of all, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. We got a new Caesar Sportsbook promo for us here on the Power Hour, up to $1,250 risk-free on your first bet. All you got to do is use the promo code MORNINGFUL. That'll get you right there. Get you to $1,250. Use the link in the description of the video. You click on it, boom, pang, pow, get you right signed up. Let's get right into it, shall we? Let's talk some college football, my man. College football is back. I can't believe today's September 1st when we're filming this. I just can't believe it's September. I'm just had a hard time wrapping my head around that in general. I feel like my birthday was back in June. I feel like it was just June. So let's talk about this Saturday matchup, though. Notre Dame at Ohio State, minus 17. Over-under is 59. You got a distinct play on this, and I like it. Talk to me a little bit about this.
Well, Lenny, you might not know this about me, but I'm a full-fledged Notre Dame hater. I like to bet against Notre Dame. I've always thought they're overrated. If they ever sneak into the playoffs, which they have frequently, I'm rubbing my hands together thinking this is free money, The Irish, to me, are a team that rack up an impressive winning season against inferior opponents on the regular. And then when they play a top 5 ranked team, they get blown out. So I love Ohio State in this game. However, I have a policy that I do not bet on the wrong side of the line movement. This game opened at 13 and a half. It's now bet up to 17 and a half at some places. By kickoff, it's probably going to be even higher. But there's a good reason for that. I mean, you got Ryan Day bringing back C.J. Stroud, Heisman candidate. You got Trey Henderson. You got the leading wide receiver whose name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. And you got a new defensive coordinator for Ohio State and Jim Knowles, who should shore up a defense that was a bit of a sore spot last year. And while you got continuity for Ohio State, the opposite can be said about Notre Dame, with Marcus Freeman taking over for the winningest coach in school history. Brian Kelly is off to LSU. And you got uncertainty at the quarterback position for Notre Dame. I guess they've announced that Tyler Buchner takes over under center. I got to question how good he is. I mean, it remains to be seen. We haven't seen much of him. He got into a few games running the ball last year. But the fact that he couldn't even get in to play when they had their starters banged up last year maybe says a lot about how talented this guy is or how ready he was then. So, this game's got blowout written all over it. I expect it to be a high-scoring game. I think the side actually correlates with the total because obviously Ohio State's got to score some points if they're going to cover a big spread. So I'm going to do a typical side total teaser, Ohio State in the over. Might sound a little bit square, but I think it'll pay out.
I'd love anybody that knows me knows I like a good football teaser. Okay, and I will agree with you. I can't stand Notre Dame, but I think I can't stand Ohio State even more than I can't stand Notre Dame. I'm a Michigan State guy, so it just comes with the territory kind of thing. But this 6 point, I do a lot of 6 point teasers, stuff like this. And when I really like a side and I want to just kind of get up on there, and this is even money right here. So as square as somebody might think it is, this is a play for me as well. And when you sent that over to me, it was like, hey, what do you think of this? And for pre-show and stuff, I was like, I'm already on this. So I totally agree with this. And Ohio State at -11, they win by 2 touchdowns easily, probably 3. And I think it's Sales over. And I think that is mostly because of Ohio State. So I agree with you 100% on this. That's a great pick right there. I'm going to remind everybody that when you're over at picksandparlays.net and you're looking for Jesse, who's always on those leaderboards, use the promo code NFL. That'll save you 20% off everybody's picks on the site. Now, let's get into some soccer because you brought this game to my attention and you have a unique, which something I learned today. And hey, you learn something new every day. And I want you to explain it to everybody else how you're playing this game in particular, because I've mentioned this before. I'm not that big into soccer, but I'm not opposed to getting into it either, and I know there's different ways you can get to it. Man United is playing Arsenal on Sunday, September 4th. Over-unders at like 2.5. Talk to me about this matchup. Where are you going with this one?
Well, the bottom line here is, Lenny, I think this game's got draw written all over it. I'm expecting a 1-1, 2-2 type of game. But taking the draw is a little bit too cheeky for me. I like to play it a little bit more high percentage. And it's no secret that I've spoken about Man United and Arsenal on this show. Arsenal is in first place at the top of the table in the Premier League. They are the better team at the moment. Of course, it's at Old Trafford in Manchester. So, home cooking for Manchester United.
Right.
But I like Arsenal plus 0.25 on the Asian handicap. And what that means is if the game ends in a draw, you win half of your stake. So if you've got $100 on the game, they're going to give you $50 if it's a draw only. Okay. But of course, if Arsenal wins, you get the whole 100. So
right. So as opposed to doing like a draw no bet, if it's a draw, you just washes it out, whatever. But this, you get a little bit of an angle here. I like that. I didn't
feel that the draw was such a distinct possibility, I think draw no bet would be a good bet. But I really get a feeling that this game could be a draw. So that's why I want to get that plus 0.25 on the Asian handicap.
Okay, I could see that. All right, that's a good way to look at it, and I appreciate that. So let me ask you this: while I got this going here, how often is that available? Is that a bet that's available pretty standard across stuff, or is this like a angle, I guess, or a technique that you use often as opposed to the draw no bet? Or
good question, and I think I have a good answer for you. The reason why it's available for this game is because Manchester United is the favorite because they're the home team, but they're just such a slight favorite that they don't really want to offer plus a half, which is far more common, right?
Too much, right?
Because that's it swings the pendulum too far to the other side. Because it's such a close game, almost a pick 'em. The best that they want to offer you is that 0.25. So in games that are close to a pick 'em, it's more common than it. Whereas if you saw a bigger favorite, they would more lean towards the plus a half or plus 1 or even plus 0.75 is another favorite on the Asian handicap.
Okay. All right. Hey, great answer. Great answer. I didn't even know it was a great question. So bonus for both of us. 2 thumbs up. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, ring the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. Power Hours Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget, if you're looking for Jesse's picks on Picks and Parlays, you got to use the NFL code, promo code NFL, save you 20% off the entire site. Jesse, man, I appreciate you stopping by for real. Always good stuff, always good drop knowledge on us. I appreciate you, man. Take care.
Thanks, Lenny.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, guys. We're not done yet. We still got Boise State, Oregon State with Cam Ross, and he's going to give you a 2-team college football parlay. So, but before we do that, you guys are going to hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Don't forget about Caesars Sportsbook. Their promo is up to $1,250 risk-free on your first bet. All you got to do is use the promo code MORNINGFUL. MorningFull, all caps. Run it. All right, guys. Now I'm going to bring in Cam Ross. Cam Ross, how the hell you doing, my friend?
Pretty well. How are you?
I'm running, man. I'm running today. Allie Burns is out today. Kid, all us parents, kids are sick. You got to do what you got to do. So he's good. Just got a little head cold action, but I'm filling in, pulling some double duty. So I'm running around, my head cut off, drinking 5-hour energy drinks. Can you tell?
Yeah. Talking a mile a minute.
I am, man. Let's get it popping. Like I said, I want to remind people, Caesar Sportsbook, $12.50, risk-free bet. Use that promo code MorningFull. And don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Cam Ross, you got a banger of a college football game. Boise State at Oregon State. Oregon State, home favorite here, -2.5. I'm a fan of Boise, always have been. Love the blue turf, all that good stuff. But talk to me about this game in particular. Where are you going with this match?
Yeah, me too. I'm a fan of Boise State as well. And last year was their worst year in a long time.
Yeah.
And they finished 7-5. Their bowl was canceled. They just couldn't really get it going last year.
Right.
The run game was mediocre. They struggled to move the ball. Andrew Van Buren, he's a running back. He's transferred out. George Holani, I can't recall how you say his name.
100% sure on how we say his name either.
But he'll be the big back this year. He's going to get the carries. He's going to get the bulk of the load. Boise State, their defense was mediocre at best last year. They have to improve. They finished 7-5, and really and truly, based on last year, I think this line is a little bit low. Oregon State had one of their best years in a while. 12-2, 8-1 in the conference, and they were good last year. And now they're opening the season on their home field as a slight favorite against a team that wasn't great last year. And I think this is going to be a statement game. I think Oregon State is the better team. I think the crowd's going to be loud. I think it's going to be a lot for Boise State, to coming into a rough area, a rough spot against a team that is going to air that thing out. Oregon State's probably throwing.
I agree. I 100.
They're going to air it out.
I 100% agree with this pick.
Yeah, and
like I said, I can't stand
Boise
agreeing
State.
with you. By the way,
right? It's weird.
That's just by nature.
I do like Boise State. I do think Boise State will be a little bit better this year than they were last year. But Boise State's defense wasn't good last year, and I don't think there's going to be enough improvements this year to deal with what Oregon State is going to do. I do think both teams are going to score, and this could be one of those games where the last team that has the ball wins. But I think there's going to be a stretch where Oregon State's going to put together points on 2 or 3 consecutive drives, and that'll be the difference. So I am going to take Oregon State to open their season with a win and cover on their home field.
Perfect. All right, Cam Ross. Now, I 100% agree with that, by the way. And like I said, I can't stand agreeing with you. Listen, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, and I can't say this enough because I'm telling you what, you guys don't realize the value here. You're looking for Cam Ross over at picksandparlays.net and all his premium plays, or Jesse, who was on before him, or any of our other premium handicappers, use the promo code NFL. Save yourself 20% off the entire site. I'm also going to remind you to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, folks. Power Hour, Monday through Friday. And the Caesar Sportsbook promo is up to $1,250 risk-free on your first bet. All you got to do is use the promo code MorningFull. Cam Ross, you got a 2-team college football parlay for us. And I'm geeked about this. I am. I'm going to bring out the geekness here. But talk to me about game 1. Western Michigan at Michigan State. I just realized these guys are on the wrong sides here. My little graphics, but hey,
you put the Michigan State under you because they're your boys.
That's 100%. That's
Yeah.
just how I ride.
You
I don't
wanted
know
to be
what to tell
close. You wanted to be close with the Spartans, so be close with the
I
Spartans.
can't let Cam ruin that green and white. It looks so pretty right here. See the white and the green with the guy down there. Talk to me about game one of this two-team parlay. Western Michigan at Michigan State. Michigan State pretty heavy favorite at home. Over under 54 even. What are we doing with this one?
Yeah, Michigan State, they are a pretty heavy favorite coming into this game. And I personally think it's rightly so. You know, Michigan State, they've been one of the better teams in the country consistently for the last few years, but they don't quite get over the hump. You know, were having a really good season. They were having a really good season last year, and then they got absolutely routed against Ohio State, and that just took everything away from them. You know, any chance of the college football playoff was out the window. But they finished the year strong. They beat Penn State and they beat Pittsburgh by 10 to win the Peach Bowl. Right. I think this is a statement game for Michigan State. You know, they're going to win the game. I mean, that's for sure. They're going to win the game. But I think this is going to be one of those leave no doubt games. I think they're going to come out guns blazing. I think they're going to leave guys in because, you know, coming down the stretch, if they're a one-loss team coming down the stretch, they're undefeated, you know, whatever have you. If they're coming down the stretch, you know, and they're a one-loss team, you don't want to look back in week one and, you only won by 8 points.
You only beat, yeah. And
you squeaked by them. Go ahead.
I will say this: Western and Michigan State aren't that far away from each other. Yes, they're in state. Yes, they're on two different levels as far as talent. Michigan State, though, you know, they got something every year. You know, I mean, they're it's always in that Big Ten. It's always Ohio State. It's always U of M, and then Michigan will play that card. Oh, little brother, Michigan State. Well, little brother's kind of on that ass, and little brother has something to prove here. And little brother doesn't want to take any game small, including Western Michigan. So they're going to come out to play, and I hope they run it up, and just I like the over, to be honest with you. And I think
do
they
too,
cover
but
by themselves.
I think Michigan State's gonna at least put up a 40 ball for sure.
I agree. I agree. The 54 worries me a little bit though. Just because
of them.
I don't know if Western's going to do their part. You know what I mean? But I agree with you right here. So that's leg one of this parlay. Now, the second game in this parlay is on Saturday. Utah at Florida. Utah -3, over under 50.5. Where are you going with this one? Talk to me about this one.
Yeah, you know, same thing with that last game. You know, Utah, they finished their season with a loss to Ohio State last year, and that finished them 10-4, but they still finished number 11 in the nation. Utah being number 7, in my opinion, that means they have a real shot to win the Pac-12. You know, Pac-12 teams don't so much see SEC teams a lot, and Utah doesn't see the SEC a whole lot. Florida finished under 500 last year. They were 6-7. They lost to Central Florida in the last game of the year. I think this is a must-have for Utah. You know, to say it lightly, this is a must-have. The Pac-12 isn't going to be easy this year, but you can't go on the road. You can't start the season number 7, go on the road and lose. Your whole season's gone. And people
won't get back to that status. That's that. Yeah, if you lose that game, you won't get back to that top 10 status. You might.
Yeah, it'll be 4 or 5 years before Utah's up like this again.
Right.
But see, another argument is people say, "Oh, well, they lost to an SEC team. Vanderbilt's an SEC team. Go lose to Vanderbilt. See what happens." Florida is not going to be at the top of the SEC, so this isn't going to be a huge, valuable win. If they went to Alabama and lost, if they came here and went to Athens and lost, okay, and then run the table, okay, you might have something. But this Florida team, I think they're going to be better than they were last year. But Utah's loaded. Utah's talented. They're deep. They're loaded. And I think this is one of those games where we're number 7. We're on the road and we're only a 3-point favorite. it's kind of disrespectful, like the Notre Dame coach. Oh, we're going to use that as fuel. Notre Dame is screwed. I heard you talk about this. Notre Dame is screwed. I think Utah's going to control this game. I think they're going to punch Florida in the mouth. I think they're going to get up by 10 to 14 points early, and Florida's going to be lost. The crowd's going to be loud, but I would imagine Utah's going to travel. They haven't been in this spot, so I would imagine they're going to travel. And the first week of the season, fans usually travel because just like everybody else, it's been months and months since they've seen their team.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I like this matchup in particular for not just because of what you said is I think Utah's good, really good. And I think they want to get into that top 5 spot and into that whole different echelon of teams. And Florida is 100% in a rebuild.
For sure.
And they're going to be. So they're not good. Utah is good, and Utah only being favored by 3. I think it should be closer to like a 6-point favorite, closer to a touchdown, personally. But we'll see how that plays out. So your college football 2-team parlay is Utah minus the 3 points, MSU minus 21.5. That'll get you plus 260. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I already have Michigan State in every which way, shape, or form, obviously.
Anyway, you can bet
and I like Utah, so I'm going to parlay this together. Cam Ross, tell them what you got going on over at Picks and Parlays.
Right now it's like I said earlier, we're in the 9th month of baseball, so it's been baseball. I have a baseball play going right now. We're not going to talk about it since that's who's hosting. We're not going to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about baseball. I don't want to talk about baseball ever again.
Yeah.
These Tigers, my God. Tigers, oh my God. I just don't know what to say.
I'm on the Mariners right now for anybody who's wondering. But baseball has been pretty good to us. We went through a rough patch in late July, but August was pretty okay with us. We got through it, and I have one college football play tonight. I'll have college football throughout the weekend, and as I said earlier, for anybody watching looking for me for college football plays, I'm gonna have plays all through the weekend, but I'll have more plays next week once we get a feel and see what everybody has going on. I don't like to blindly jump on these numbers and put anybody in a bad spot.
That's fair. Like a little tread lightly, wait and see, get after it. It's okay. Football's here. Nobody's got, we all missed it. We don't have to rush into it. Take our time, get it right. Remember, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, you're looking for Cam Ross or any of other premium handicappers, use the promo code NFL. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. Until then, we're out. Power Hour. We are done. We dropped on some college football for you, even gave you some EPL action. You're welcome. All right, guys, that'll do it for us. We are here. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notification. Shame on you. You better do it right now. Picks and Parlays, Monday through Friday. That's where we're at, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Power Hour. Till then, take care. Good luck, unless you're against me. Take care, guys.